What's up guys, Benny here and welcome to my top 10 best loadouts for Warzone Season 4 Reloaded after the assault rifle meta has kind of been thrown up into the air with the NZ41 getting that long awaited nerf after it's dominated the game for so long. And there's also a couple of really surprise additions which I'm personally really excited for, including in our first loadout, the return of modern warfare weapons into the meta. The Kilo, which used to dominate the game way back when it first came out, has sort of been reinstated in its former glory. It's had that mid damage profile removed, the minimum damage increased to 23, so it's now only got 2 damage profiles, and at 83 meters it's still got one of the fastest time to kills in the game, better than a load of the other Vanguard weapons. So yes, you could trade mobility, which are the Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War assault rifles have, for just sheer stopping power, and I'm gonna have an absolute blast using this. Similar setup, monolithic suppressor, 19.8 Prowler barrel, the VLK 3x optic, the commando foregrip, and the 60 round. The Amax also did get a nerf for this update, but for Caldera especially, I don't think it's going to be quite there yet because of the recoil the gun still has. It's not going to win those long range engagements as consistently as the buff Kilo. There was a reason the Kilo used to be better than the Amax before that nerf came in, and as they've removed that nerf, it's back. And I cannot wait to use it more. Then the SMGs also had a few changes to them. The Blixen got hit pretty hard, but the Type 100 was left untouched and has one of the fastest time to kills in the game. Yes, as a trade-off for having a smaller mag size, but if you're like getting your gunfights into 1 or 2 people at a time, this is the best SMG in Warzone right now, alongside one which we have later in the video. But I really like the Type 100, especially if you're playing solos. But the recoil booster, 134mm rapid barrel, slate reflector, the wire brushy grip folding stock, acrobatic, quick, taped grip, the 36 round mag, subsonic, and then the strife angled underbarrel is what I go for, and that's what works best for me. That's first loadout. The perk setup still pretty similar: Serpentine, Overkill, Combat Scout, Semtex, and Stims. Serpentine will be getting a nerf very soon, so that could potentially get changed and you may start running double time or quick fix once again, but that's not yet, so I'll let you know on the channel when that happens. But right now, that is my kind of perk setup of choice. Our second loadout has the fastest TTK in the game, and it somehow got a buff with its neck damage like kind of locator being increased, so you're going to get more consistent fast time to kills at all ranges. So you're going to get those really fast time to kills at a more consistent rate, which is pretty insane. The build you want to run with this: monolithic suppressor, Tempest marksman, VLK 3x optic, commando foregrip, and the 60 round mag. And how nice is it only needing to save 5 attachments? You can actually remember that. You don't have to be like, okay, get your notepads out and write all this down. With that, I use the Arma Guerera. I personally really like the Arma Guerera. I think it kind of fell off after the dominant, like the Marco and the Blixen got added. But with the Blixen getting nerfed, if you don't want to use the Type 100 and you don't want to use the Marco, the Arma Guerera slots in there now in quads with that 60 round mag. Because I know the Type 100 in trios and quads may let you down if you've got multiple people like pushing you. Something to be aware of. If you don't like it, go for the Arma Guerera. And then our next loadout is a surprise edition, because this has, like, with the nerfs to all the Vanguard assault rifles and the buffs and changes to the modern warfare ones, these kind of just slotted quite nicely in. And the Bruen actually has one of the fastest time to kills at those longer distances. So it's very manageable still. The VLK 3x optic can hurt at those long distances. I think we're so used to kind of like bursting in with a 6 times now. But if you can land your shots and you've kind of got a bit more of a skill, like if you're a higher skilled player, give the Bruen a go. Otherwise, I'd still recommend the Kilo and the M13 over the Bruen. But if you can control that recoil nicely, this is better than the Amax, and is going to win you a lot of gunfights, especially Caldera, Fortune's Keep, and Rebirth, to be honest. It's a great all-rounder. And it's also one of my favorite guns. Like the Bruen meta was one of the best there. And then the Marco, as we all know, is still the absolute meta SMG. You've got the recoil booster, the Perfetto, Lesto 355mm barrel, slate reflector, Immersion FR stock, Frenzy, because if you've got Frenzy, you don't need to run quick fix. So, you know, it's perfect if you're playing like Fortune's Keep or Rebirth, where you got loads of close range fights. It means you can run like double time, serpentine, whatever you want, and still get all those benefits of getting your health regenerated. Taped grip, the 64 round mag, hollow point, and the Mark 6 skeletal underbarrel. As we move on to our next one, the Nikita or the Nikita. I never pronounce this right. Incredible sniper support. The only real negative with it was its mobility, and that has been buffed in season 4 Reloaded. So you will want to be giving this a go. Mercury silencer, also the floor loop version of it now. If you see it on the floor, don't leave it. Pick it up. It's unreal. It is a sniper support assault rifle. Kind of reminds me of what the Cooper was when Vanguard first came out. But Mercury silencer, the 5.46mm sniper barrel, slate reflector, the folding stock, perfectionist, on hand, taped grip, the 40 round fast mag, hollow point, and then the hand stop. And then with that, I've got what is the best long range sniper in Warzone right now. I know some people will go, no, it's the HDR. Personally, I'd go for the ZRG. It's got a very good ADS time, great bullet velocity, almost hit scan, and it's just going to pop those heads off. But you've got the wrap suppressor, 43.9-inch combat recon, 5 NW laser, 5 round mag, serpent wrap, and same perks and stuff as well. And also, like, I personally go Semtex stims still as my equipment. Then we've got the Cooper Carbine. I think one of the assault rifles from Vanguard that is still very much viable. It's not going to be the NZ41. You're not going to get beamed like headshot kills from like 9 million miles away like you used to. But it's a very consistent assault rifle. High fire rate, gives you a great margin for error, and it still has that 3 to 6 times optic. You've got the Mercury silencer, 22-inch Cooper custom barrel, 3 to 6 times stock optic, Cooper 45W stock, hard scope, fully loaded, the hatch grip, 60 round mag, lengthened, and then the M1941 hand stop. And I paired that with the Marco as well, which is kind of my go-to SMG right now. Still. And yes, I fully ranked up the brand new Vargo S. It's okay. I think it's not going to be the dominate. It kind of fits into the same bracket as the Nikita for me. It's a mid-range sniper support assault rifle. So you have the choice between this, the Nikita, and the AS44. But this is the build that I went for. Recoil booster, the 440mm custom barrel, slate reflector, the Gabrielian LP33 stock, steady, on hand, the hatch grip, the 45 round drum, hollow point, and then the M1941 hand stop. Obviously, I need to do more testing and use this a little bit more to kind of get the full kind of opinion on it. But first impressions, it's okay, not absolute meta. But if you want to use it, that's the build that I was using. And they've got the 3 line. Now, I don't fully have this leveled up, all right? But this is a very, very good sniper in its all round. You should have lengthened on here. You should also have the M6 underbarrel for the faster ADS, but otherwise it's all the same. Mercury silencer, Empress 540mm, the 4 to 8 times should be 3 to 6. Zach custom MZ stock, silent focus, and on hand, and the leather grip. 20 round mag as well, which is pretty unreal. So you never have to reload, which is kind of nice with a sniper. But if you want to have that a go, it's an okay class. But I thought I'd throw it in there so you can use the new gun with the buffed 3 line, which got a nice little touch up in the reload. And we also got told in the call that other snipers will be soon receiving a buff. It just wasn't quite ready for today. Next, we've got the Whitley. Now, the assault rifles have been nerfed quite hard. They didn't touch the LMGs, and the Whitley was very close to the meta in season, at the start of season 4, and I think it's just going to slide its way back in there. You're going to want that Mercury silencer, 28-inch Gracie MK9 barrel, which did get a buff. The 3 to 6 times optic, the CQC R4 stock, hard scope, fully loaded, hatch grip, 45 round mag, lengthened, and then the M1941 hand stop. And then with that, I just had the Type 100. As I said, use the SMG you want, whether it's the Arma Guerera, whether it's the Marco, or the Type. That's just whatever your preference is. Then we do have the KG. Now, the NZ got nerfed to oblivion. The KG is still viable. I think you're just going to have a little bit more recoil. It definitely kicks more to the right than it did before the update, but it's a nice assault rifle, low recoil still, and for a lower skill player, I'd say if you're going to use a Vanguard assault rifle, the KG is still probably it. Mercury silencer, the 720mm shrouded barrel, 3.6 times optic, VDD 22G padded stock, brace, fully loaded, hatch grip, 6-round drum, lengthened, and the hand stop. And then I've got the Type 100 there. And now I've got my 2 utility classes. I've always got an assault rifle and an SMG one. I make these whatever I'm using. And I use the 1911 Vanguard pistol, which is, by the way, if you want a secondary, it's one of the fastest time to kills in the game for a secondary. Amazing on rebirth and also Fortune's Keep if you want to run tempered right off the rip. But I've then got my Kilo right there, so that's what I'm giving a go right now, and then the Marco, of course. But those are my top 10 loadouts for Season 4 Reloaded. Let me know what you think down in the comments below and what you're using. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.